Hello everyone and welcome to another week of Aussie Mac Zone. That's right, the show that attempts to bring you the news and attempts to also fulfill your ever-increasing questioning about how to fix those little problematic Apple problems that you might have through the day. Because I've got heaps. I sit up here and I'm thinking I'll go out somewhere and I'm flipping away on my iPhone and geez, I wish Michael was behind me so I could ask him. Maybe not that close. But how he's going anyway. It's, Aussie Mac Zone. It is brought to you by athwebhosting.com.au. It is Aussie Tech Heads Web Hosting, and you can find us at that aforesaid address. All right, let's get stuck into it. We've got Michael on line tonight. How you doing, Michael?
Hello, everybody.
Yes, how you been this week?
Very good, thank you.
Oh, excellent.
Very good.
How's that NBN treating you?
The NBN is awesome, my friend.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
Just tease me again. What's your upload speed?
Oh, it's 50-20, so 50 down, 20 up.
So
all the time.
Yeah, right. So what's the ping? Pings are good?
Yeah, I can't even remember how quick it was. I didn't get time to write it down.
It's that fast you can't see it. Oh, that's good. All right, we are hoping for Jace to come in a bit later through the show. He's just been way late at work or something like that. But hopefully he'll be here soon. All right, so let's jump into the first story of the week before we get into some tips and tricks. It is all about Apple is going to host an iPhone upgrade event at the retail stores. Now, Apple is planning to hold an iPhone upgrade event at its stores this week, and this is in the US. According to sources from 9 to 5 Mac. Now, 9 to 5 Mac, that would be a magazine or blog, Michael, is that right?
Blog, yeah, it's a good site, yep.
Yep. Now, starting this week, Apple will be emailing owners of older iPhone models, that would be me if I was in America, who are upgrade eligible about the new event. Well, upgrade eligible. What's upgrade eligible? Anyone without a 5C or a 5S, I would imagine. That sound right to you?
Yeah, depend on those funny contracts they have in the States, doesn't it?
What do they have? Do you know what they have over there? That's not like over here. Is it like a year or 2 years?
Yeah, I thought it was 2 years, but then you can extend it, or you can have a family one, or you can have. Yeah, there's just lots and lots of variants, like there is here, unfortunately.
There is, isn't there? Like even when you're going for your home, for your home broadband or something like ADSL. Yeah, well, it's all the packages. There's just so many. And then 2 months later, the packages are completely different again. You don't know where you are half the time. But I noticed with Telstra that at the moment that they've got this bundle pack, right? So where you bundle everything together, or you've just got your broadband pack, say. And the one of them is cheaper than the other. One's $80, one's $73, and virtually about the same. So I don't get that. But anyway, now the Apple event will be held in multiple states across the US, and Apple is said to be preparing for an influx of visitors to its stores. Well, they would say that, wouldn't they? Well, they love it. Apple will brief retail management on the initiative tomorrow. Now, according to the source, well, probably Monday, I would imagine, or maybe they do work Sundays or whatever they do. Now, Apple will be launching other new marketing, sales and initiatives to help increase the iPhone sales as well. So, look, I went further into this story. There's a lady who is going to be overseeing this rollout. It's Angela something. You know how good I am with pronunciations, so I'll just go Angela something. Now, Angela A, her last name starts with A. It's Horrendez. Would that be right? Horrendez or something. And anyway, now she officially joined Apple on May the 1st. So that's like the other day. And began her first full week today. And she's going to oversee the program. She must be pretty hit the ground running, eh? It must be.
Yeah, well, they put her profile up on Apple's website, I don't know, a day after they took it down from the company in England that she left. So she just left the States, left England and come over and started working in the States straight away. No mucking about, no holiday.
Yeah, right. Oh, right. It might have been warmer over in the States. It's probably sick of the rain. So Apple once again noted the iPhone sales hit another record for quarter 2 2014, apparently making up 57% of Apple sales for the quarter. of all products. So that's still massive. That's a massive amount of phones. Now, yeah, Tim Cook was noted in this conference call. Oh, how do you get a start on one of those conference calls? That that Apple had started selling iPhone 4s in the very, very, very low single-digit percentages. So I think, they're dead, aren't they? iPhone 4.
Yeah.
Why would you buy one of those? Why would you? Like, seriously, they must. But do you get
don't
those?
even have Siri.
No.
iPhone 4 doesn't have Siri. So.
Well, I suppose you could still classify it as selling, but I think, wasn't it a while ago that the story was that in the US, that they were giving away, with your contract to a telco, you got an iPhone 4. That was a $0 phone.
The $0. Yeah, well, that's a 4S now, as far as I know.
All right.
So, yeah.
Does that happen over here? Do you know?
Yeah. I'm sure you can still get $0 phones over here.
Oh, yeah.
Or a $20 phone,
Yep.
It's just effectively zero over a period of time, isn't it? So.
Do you think that this is going to increase sales of newer phones? People are made aware that their phone is now obsolete or going to become...
I think that maybe they've just got a bit more stock on hand than they thought they were going to have, or that there must be a reason to do it, because it's still selling well. But I would be expecting a new phone in September, which is 6 months away. Yes. There goes my light again.
Oh, what's going on?
But yes, it's a bit of a challenge.
Yes,
but, to why they're doing it.
Yeah, so I suppose I'll come off contract in September, so I'll be up for the new one. But I haven't seen. There's not too many. Or maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. But I haven't seen too many iPhone 6 or next iPhone, say, which is presumably going to be the iPhone 6. Haven't seen too many iPhone 6 rumors getting around the place. I know they're the odd ones, but previously they're just all over the show.
Yeah. Oh, there's still plenty of just talking about the shape and the case, and we've actually got another one coming up shortly. Actually, about an iPhone 6 rumor.
Oh, okay. Well, we're on top of it here at the Aussie Mac Zone. We're in the zone, aren't we?
Here we are.
We are in the zone. All right. Now, so that's a good little blog that you were speaking about, 9 to 5 Mac. So where did that story come from? Mac Rumors, that's also another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, macrumors.com if anyone wants to go and have a bit of a peek at that. So that's a good one. Yeah. So you won't be upgrading, I guess, September?
Yeah.
You will? You're going
Absolutely.
again?
Yeah, got to stay on it, my friend. Got to stay on it. Yeah.
You must love it. You love it. So out goes the 5S. In comes the new whatever, the 6.
Yeah, down through the family ranks, they all go down. Yeah.
How far do they get before they go into the bin? iPhone? Has anyone got an iPhone 4?
Yeah, my second phone's an iPhone 4.
Well, what do you have a second phone for?
Because you can't
have too many phones.
That's right. You can't auto forward text messages. You can auto forward your phone calls. You can auto forward. So if you've got a private phone and a business phone,
yeah,
but you can't I've got to have both of them going to get the text messages.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
That's the reason.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So is that something that is coming in the future, or they just don't care?
I don't think they care. It's only carrier based.
Yep.
So, and I don't think they're particularly worried about it.
So when you want to have two, like personal and business phone, is that because like business phone on the weekend you turn it off, or say something like that?
Well, I don't, but it's just if someone came and offered me a couple of $1 million for the business today, I'd say here's my phone and walk away. Like
right. So customer contacts. Here you go.
Yeah,
ready to rock and roll. All right, cool, good stuff.
To be fair,
yeah. All right, now I haven't been to the Apple Store for a while up here in Robina. Apparently, it's still there.
Of course, it is
still kicking. Oh, I tell you, I heard someone today who goes to the Apple Store quite often, and they were talking to me today, and they said at Robina, if you go to the Apple Store, make sure they said there's a little cafe in the middle of the aisle in the shopping centre, like in the walkway. Yeah. They said that is the best coffee they've ever tasted. So there you go.
I'll look forward to having it when I come up there at the end of May.
Oh, good. Well, I'll look forward to having one with you, and we can we can ogle at the blue shirts. Ooh, okay. All right, good stuff. I don't know what happened then. Did you?
Oh, look, Jace is here too.
Oh, that's what happened.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, just in time,
That's what
Jace.
happened.
Just in time.
I came at the
Jason
opportune time.
scared the bandwidth.
Yeah, no.
Oh, is that what happened, is it?
No, the picture went all funny, and I'm thinking, oh, what's going on there? But
Maybe
it calmed down. It was just you, Jace.
it was just me. No need for concern.
All right. Oh, just in time because we broke for the first 10, and now we're up to your story. How good's that?
Okay, let me just
So I'll wait till you get your thoughts.
load Keynote. No, that's okay. I do have a quick story. You know those Mac Heist bundles and that you get. I don't know. You might get them, Michael. For $20 or something.
Yeah.
I got the last one, and it had the $500 copy of Boinks TV.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't actually got around to playing with it, so I had a quick look last night, and you can actually, if you have like Skype or something up, you can have a virtual camera up, which will do a screenshot thing. It's a bit like Glenn, you can do on What's It, the one that you use.
Right.
But this is like a full registered version of it, and like it's pretty full on from a production point of view. So I was going to play a little bit more with it. But
we can bring that in, or you can talk about
so
that.
we might. Yeah, so if Michael and I do it, we might be able to use that if I work out how to use it. Don't want to show you up too much, man.
No.
I have all kinds of things happening. Have my green screen ticker running down the bottom.
Oh,
It's got a nice little virtual studio with the for presentations that will have the presentation up in the middle, and then you can have at least two people we can have down the side because I was having to play with it last night. And then you can transition back to just being both people or two or whatever. So
yeah, no, and
so
that's
I'll
in the
see how that works and. Yeah,
and that's in the bundle.
Yeah, it was in the bundle that I'm obviously on their email list now. I've got a few good ones that way. You pay like $20 or whatever, and they have all this all this software in there.
The software, yeah.
Oh,
I've got a couple of good ones in there. Normally it's after a program that I'm after, so I just buy it. No, for example, this one like Boinks TV for $20, where it's normally $500, but I got a whole heap of other stuff in it as well.
So
some of it's a bit crap, but
$20 normally $500.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
But it wasn't.
You can't upgrade them later on. That's the only challenge. But
yeah, but
what do you do? You'll have to pay for the upgrade, or you just have to buy it then.
I don't know.
But if it works now, it should work for a little while.
Yeah. But
so that's what I got on that one. So ScreenFlow. I think that's actually. You can use that to do your, like Don McAllister does with his screencast stuff. So that will do like a screen capture. That's actually pretty good as well. Don't know what the others are, but
can you flick that out outside of your emails? And do you want to talk about that then, as well?
It's not current anymore.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry, just distracting from the show. Okay.
I was just having a look at what is current, just to see. But you've taken over my screen.
Oh, sorry. That's right, because it goes full screen when you do that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think there is a setting. There's a setting in it in Zoom to stop that doing that. Because mine didn't go full screen because I changed the setting.
Ah. Well, hoo-ha.
All right, let us know when you're ready, Jace.
I'm just trying to work out what this story's about. Have you read it, Michael? Tell me what it's about. The Google.
Well, Google said they were going to pay some of Samsung's, if it was a really big $2 billion payout, they were going to end up paying some. But basically, we're getting down to the point where Apple wanted 2.2 billion and only got 120 million.
20 million,
yeah. And but Dan it says the rest of the jury said they weren't trying to send a message, but after receiving such a small fine, many questioned whether it was still affecting South Korea. So just you can abbreviate that as much as you like. It's Apple still won, so they should still be able to get money from everybody that's using those things. Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Get that out of here. Yeah, why can't I? I'll do it like this.
Okay, we can roll when you're ready.
All right. Is it going to work? Google's dropped a lot of things over the past couple of years, but they've dropped something else, and it's not their pants; it's a bombshell. So we hear. And Jace, and also Jace has joined us. He's found the door, and he's found.
That's another second bombshell for the show. Hello,
right.
everyone.
There's two.
Yes,
Yeah. How you going, Jace?
Very well, very well.
That's good. All right. So now you've come in a bit late. So you're in the middle of the show. We're going to throw you straight into a story. What have you got for us?
Oh, well, who doesn't enjoy a good Apple Samsung story? Because I think after last year we haven't had one for a while. So in the ongoing saga, which is the Apple versus Samsung case, there's been some further discussion there, and also potentially with Google weighing in, I guess, being involved in the handset to be paying part or contributing to damages or compensation. And I guess the big thing around that was we're into the billions of dollars, and where Apple was looking for, I think, well over $2 billion. The jurors came back with, I think, around the $120 million mark, so not quite what Apple had in mind. And the jurors, I guess, said they weren't trying to send a message with relation to what Samsung were convicted of doing, but after receiving such a small fine, you'd really have to question then whether it would really be much of a deterrent. I mean, for what Samsung have made out of those handsets, for maybe even isn't there a saying around, there's no such thing as bad press. So, it's brought a lot of, Samsung have been in the news for, this has probably been going for a good couple of years now. So maybe they've got good value for their $120 million if that works out what it's going to be.
What I find intriguing with these type of stories is, okay, you have a jury to, say, determine guilty or not guilty, but a jury to determine a financial benefit or financial, say, windfall or recompense to the other side. Like, who is the jury? Like, there's no scientific equation to work it out, like Samsung's put in, they've sold 5 million devices with our patent inside it. So, well, if we were going to charge for that patent, we would have charged, 3 cents per device or whatever. So therefore, this times this equals that.
That's right, to work it out reasonably. Well, I guess it comes back to the jury being equipped to make the decision in the first place, where a lot of this was around, probably needing a technology background, because it was obviously quite a complex case. And if it wasn't technology, it was having a background in patent law. And gee, who understands that?
I don't think
so moving through, again, if you're awarding damages, I mean, surely it would be based upon loss, opportunity cost and things like that. So,
yeah,
we're putting a lot on the shoulders of these jurors, aren't we?
Well, sorry, Michael, you have a...
No, but mate, there's two things here. One is maybe Apple didn't quite get their side of the story across correctly to say what the value actually really is to them, or to the economy. But also in the previous case where they did get the $1 billion plus worth of damages, there was a guy who was a technology patents type expert. So maybe he did sway the jury.
That's true. That was quite funny though, wasn't it? Out of randomly, picked jurors, one happened to be a patent expert. So
yeah, a lot of
have to wonder.
Yeah, well, I think the story goes on down here, and it's quite amusing, isn't it? It goes, Apple didn't get the full $2.2 billion it was hoping for, but some jurors had higher damage awards in mind than $120 million. So they've gone in for $2.2 billion, and they've come out with $120 million. Which I suppose it probably doesn't seem right if you've been ripped off, if your patent's been ripped, like, and such a worldwide sort of a device. Well, 120 million does not seem a lot, does it? Really, it's
No, but maybe that's
fair.
they're going to have to. Apple may say to Samsung, now you've got to pay me, $10, $5 a device for everything you've sold. Maybe they've left that door open or something that we're
okay.
not seeing the whole story.
Yes, yeah,
maybe
probably.
they have. Yeah,
probably. Now, what else have we got going on here tonight? Well, this week. Look, before we go on to the next thing.
no. I watch rumors.
Oh, is there an iWatch
Surely
rumor?
there must be.
Is there an iWatch rumor?
Oh, there was some more coming out during the week. I think everyone's getting.
One... Sorry, go on, Jace. Yeah.
I think there's a vacuum that needs to be filled. So if Apple aren't actually releasing things and there hasn't been a good rumor for a while, some just appear. But I don't think there was anything more substantial that I've seen.
The argument at the moment over the iWatch is Swatch trying to sue or make Apple change the name because they've applied for the name iWatch in lots of different countries as trademark, and Swatch are saying, but we've had the name iSwatch, so people will get confused. And while they're doing this, they're writing on their site, a little lowercase I and then the word Swatch.
Yeah.
But when you actually go to their site, it's I everything's capital I SWATCH, and the other side of it was if you actually go there in that iSwatch range, there's probably nothing you could confuse with an Apple product.
I think that I'll just have a look at this iSwatch and see what comes up. But I think that I don't think it really matters. I think the Swatch should probably just go home because
Apple could probably just buy them, couldn't they?
Well, I'm just thinking, like, if you walk down the street and you walked into a shop and you saw this iSwatch, you'd go, that's just something ripping off Apple. Like the eye device is so penetrated around the world, everyone's psyche, that every time you see something, you would think of Apple. If you saw iSwatch, you'd go, oh yeah, just trying to rip them off, wouldn't you? Would you do that?
Well, they didn't register the name iSwatch until 2005, which was after all the iDevices started, had been out for a while. The iPod had been out for a while and things like that. So they really did only take it from Apple, didn't they? They didn't.
Yeah, well, that's right. So what is it?
That $10 million. I mean, that's pocket change for Apple. Apple could just buy them out. The Swatch Group.
What is a Swatch anyway? Does anyone? Do you know? I'm just
trying.
Do
you remember those from the 80s? That was the big thing that came out. The color plastic watches with all the colors. They're still around.
And right, okay. So there's
it's
nothing.
Like Pogs. Actually, I don't think Pogs are still around, are they?
Pogs.
Remember Alf Pogs?
Nothing's real. Oh, here we go. This little picture here. Are they the Swatch colours? There we go. That's the Swatch.
Yeah. That was a big thing. They were plasticky and colour, and it was all a go. Not long after the Casio calculator watch.
Yeah, okay. Look, there's Swatch there. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of good-looking ones there, I suppose.
And kayaks.
What's that one?
Didn't have a Swatch and a pair of kayaks in the 80s. You were doing something wrong.
Oh, what's this story? Apple buys Swatch. When was this? Hang on. We could have some breaking news. Oh, no, it was 4 years ago. So it's that long ago. I've even got a picture of Steve still there wearing a Swatch. Anyway, now just earlier on, Jace was telling me about a good purchase he made, and it's over now. Where am I? It's over now. But you want to keep an eye out for it. And Jace, where can you keep an eye out for these Mac heist things, deals, etc.? Is there a website?
Yeah, there is a website. We'll put it in the show notes, macheist.com. And every so often, at least every year, they come up with an offer of software. So maybe 6 or 7 products that, some of them might be $40 or $50. The last one had software which was $500. It had the Boinks TV software. and it goes for $20 or $30 US dollars. There'll be a set of applications, so maybe 6 of them. But the other thing they tend to do is they have a couple of extra applications, and if they get to a certain number, so say 20,000, it will unlock or release more applications. So I guess the more people that buy it, there's normally a couple of bonus applications that come along as well. So
is it I think I might have done this one year. You've got to go through a couple of like games or puzzles. Is that right? Is that what it's about? Or can you just jump on and buy?
You just jump on and buy it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, there you go. Now, yeah, so you were saying that some of the software you received or you bought in the pack last time was, for $500 piece of
the one
piece of
for
gear.
May. I got on there. So that was $19.99. So they're saying $1,786 worth of apps for $19.99. And look, some of it you might take with a grain of salt, but it had ScreenFlow on there by Telestream, which is pretty much a screen capture tool. So if you want to record a tutorial or something for people, you can do that. As I said, it had Boinks TV. It had a few other things. Starry Night Pro, which is a astronomy application, which will tell you where all the stars are, and that's actually a fairly popular app. So some of these you might think about buying anyway, but to get them all for $20, quite good value.
Yeah, I saw a great little app the other day. Just you brought up that star thing. I'm not sure what it was, but I'll have to find out because my little nephew, he come around here and he's looking up the sky. He's throwing his iPad up over his head, and he goes, "I bet you that's Mars over there." I went, "Oh yeah, whatever." And so he puts his iPad up, and the thing just knows what it is and tells you what the star he's looking at. It's just, or planet or whatever. It's great.
Awesome. Yeah, there is a few like that. Yeah. They're great.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I couldn't believe it. It was brilliant. All right. And we're still recording there. That's good.
I just chucked a website that we don't have to read, but you can put in the show notes. It's what the current Mac bundles are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I just put it on that Glenn's question page that's coming up in a little while, so don't read it out. It's just there for
Yeah, there's good stuff around if you want to look at it.
So we're not reading Squidoo. Is that right?
No.
Okay, but we're reading...
Just move it down a bit.
I think I got one of those as well.
The iTunes.
Yeah.
Did we say iTunes last week? Are we going to just reinforce?
Oh, it's just another one, isn't it? Still current. That one's still current.
Coles one.
Yeah.
I got one from Target on the weekend because it's the only place I could find that had 20% off.
Yeah, they had, but I think they're. I just looked it up on that.
Gift cards and so.
Yeah.
All right.
So, anyway, we can mention it or not mention it. It's up to you, my friend.
Oh, look, there he is again. It's time for Michael's tip of the week. What do you got this week, Michael?
So I've just discovered this one. It's pretty cool. It's getting music and video into your iTunes on your Mac.
Yes.
So in your home folder, so that's the user's home folder, is a folder called music. In there's a folder called iTunes. And in there is a folder called automatically add to iTunes. And because it's a bit buried, if you drag it to the Finder sidebar for easy access, then you can use it anytime you like. So why put items in here? Well, that's because if you drag, say you've got a music track that you've downloaded or been emailed to you or something, and you drag that to the iTunes icon in the dock, or if you've got iTunes already open into the music area, it copies it there.
Yes.
But if you put it into this folder, it actually, the next time you actually open iTunes, it'll move it into the music part and
deal with it.
Just do it properly. Yeah, put all the information there for you and everything. It's just
right.
Otherwise, you got that copying thing, which is a pain in the neck. So,
it's so hard, isn't it? It's so hard to copy. Now,
and it only does it when you open iTunes. So you can you might do a couple of videos and things, and then open iTunes and go and have dinner or whatever. Right?
Now, what
It doesn't
happens?
take very long.
What happens if it's a non-iTunes liked file format?
Won't move it.
It'll just
But
sit
you can
there.
write scripts. You can still write scripts because they're reintroducing Apple Script as these iterations of updates come along. That says, all right, if it's a AVI file, you can set up. If you've done it before, you can set up to update it to an M4V file and then put it back into that folder, in which it'll move it into iTunes.
Right. Okay.
You can do all that sort of stuff by making folders aware. So,
but how would you make it a change from an AVI to an M4V? Is that
Handbrake or?
So you'd have to call that
different program.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I see what's going on. So if I was to put in an EPUB in there, would that just spurt it out
They should put it into
to wherever?
It used to get into iBooks, didn't it?
Yes, well, that's where it goes now. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think I try and do that on the iPad, and I don't know. This sounds like a lot easier, doesn't it? Because I don't put too many in there, and every time I go to do it, I'm thinking, how did I do that last time? And trying to drag and drop and all that sort of stuff. But But anyway, now I think iTunes, Jace, they're still 20% off at Coles. Is this true?
Oh, there's a few offers on at the moment. I'm not sure about the Coles one. That may have expired. Target definitely have 20% off at the moment, as do Myer until Mother's Day on May 11th. And actually, Joby Hi-Fi have the best one at the moment, 25% off. If you buy two $20 iTunes gift cards, you can get them for $30. So that's probably the pick of them at the moment. But gift cards on sale is that website that we check. So it's where I go to if I'm running low on iTunes credit. Because really, that's quite a good deal. If you think about your apps and music that you can buy on iTunes, look, we do pay a bit of Apple tax on those as well. But if you're getting them down 20-25%, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm just doing here $20 times, I'll just say divided by 4, 25%. Well, that's or 5, yeah, duh. So that's so the shops that have to be buying them cards, what, for $15 or less, or is that right? Like how? I just don't understand what I want.
I'm not sure.
Like so, Apple takes 30%.
Yep.
So therefore, okay, so they're taking 30. So because Apple gets the $20 for the $20 gift card, so they know when that card's spent, they've got their say $6.50. So then they must.
Yep.
So then they must be able to sell the card still a little bit cheaper to the stores, because the store's not going to sell that card cheaper than what they buy it for. You wouldn't think.
No, but you would say that maybe it's a
loss leader.
Apple will allow them to discount it, so maybe it's 20% that they get, so they're just giving away their margin.
Maybe.
Cool.
But
Apple are funny about discounting though, because you're not allowed to discount, or you're not meant to be discounting your hardware. So that's why it's a little bit funny. I mean, JB Hi-Fi and that sort of do, but sometimes that's on older models. What they quite often do is, if you buy this, we'll give you $100 iTunes voucher or something to sort of get around it. So Apple are one of those companies that frown upon discounting.
They've got a big frown. Got a big hairy frown. They use it a lot too, don't they?
They do.
So the other day I had a $20. My little girl, she got a little $20 gift card and from a Nana, and she put it into, because she's on my iTunes account, and then I was going to go and buy something the other day, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure if this is going to come out of the iTunes credit, or if it's going to come out of the Visa card. Well, I fitted my way around, and it does it. So, and you'll tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. It comes out of any credit first, and then it comes out of your Visa.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. So I owe.
But to that point, though, Glenn, you want to have credit on there, because if it's coming out of your Visa card, you're paying full tote odds for it, where you can always. I don't think I've found a time in recent times that you can't go and find someone who's selling iTunes cards at least 20% off.
Yeah, okay, right. So all the usual suspects, so go and see Coles, Target, and more Big W, just everywhere.
It
JB.
normally circulates around. So yeah, if you look on the gift cards on sale website, that will tell you where it is at the moment. But yeah, Myer, Target, looks like BP at the moment, and JB Hi-Fi. Sometimes it's a little bit. There's not too much happening, but even if it's a little bit light on for offers, I'd wait a couple of days. They tend to pop up and I guess recycle themselves pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, yeah. So if you're a big iTunes user, yeah, why not go and buy $100 worth? Go and just credit up your account. They don't expire, do they? The credit
No.
once you've put it onto your iTunes account, that doesn't expire.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I spend too much of it.
Are you a big spender, Michael, of iTunes money or iTunes stuff? You buy a lot of stuff?
Oh, maybe $10 a month.
Yeah, okay. And do you go for the buy the vouchers, or how do you work? Just off the card, Visa card? What do you?
I have been just working off the Visa, but he did bring up a good point that it's so easy.
You're paying too much. You got money to burn.
Easy to get a discount these days. Yeah.
Well, so you could be spending $13 a month.
That's right, and not getting into troubles.
That's right, exactly right. So, all right, good stuff. Go and have a look at JB Hi-Fi and all those other good old little stores that obviously are right around the corner from you. Right, save. Oh, still video still going. What's going on tonight? It's working.
Going crazy.
Oh, I know. I didn't do the other show. All right, we'll do the other show. How's the news? Did that come back working, Michael? On the webpage?
It did on the weekend, yes.
But after I fixed it,
right now.
I fixed it, then it stopped again. Is that right?
The second time it still didn't do it. Yeah, so.
But okay.
I'll double check. Yeah.
Cool. Well, just let me know. Let's see what happens. All right, now basic. Oh, basic turns 50. Cool. Well, let's get back to here. Couple of quick things we should mention before anyone forgets is we've got the Aussie Tech Heads. That's on another show that we do, and that's on through the week. Just go and catch that wherever you can. If you want to see what times, it's aussietechheads.com.au/podcast. Also, we've got the AussieTechRadio.com, AUSSIE TechRadio.com. Go and have a look. That's heaps of little tech shows. Shoutcast Radio, for want of a better term, I suppose. Well, that's what they are. So go and have a look at those instructions on there to tell you how you can listen to them as well. Shoutcast apps all over iPhone. Do it anywhere you want. The paper, Aussie Tech Heads paper, aussietechheads.com.au/paper. Go and have a look at that. Twice a day it gets produced, and it's all you get on your iPad. Beautiful looking thing on the iPad. And it's all not just tech stories, there's business stories, sports stories, whatever, just a bit of a conglomeration of everything. And also, obviously, the tech stories, but hopefully makes your day, afternoon a little bit more enjoyable. Now, as it seems like every week, we've got another birthday this week. Jace, whose birthday, or what birthday is it this week?
It's Basic's birthday this week, the programming language that revolutionised computing by making it accessible to people beyond the worlds of science. It turns 50, and BASIC actually is an acronym for Beginners All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code, which I didn't know. I thought it was BASIC because it was a basic programming language. So it was developed by two mathematicians at Dartmouth College and first tested in the early morning hours of May 1, 1964. I feel a little bit like Shane there back in the days when he was giving the history of computing.
Yes.
So yes, 50 years. And I think, Glenn, we've spoken before about the Apple II days where that was the BASIC was the way of actually getting new programs into your Apple.
Right.
We used to get the magazines and things like that. And you actually had to sit there and type the program in to get it to run. Yeah,
I think we all did that. I think I used to subscribe to the Nibble magazines. You probably remember those. I think they were the most popular ones, weren't they? They've probably since died by now, I'd imagine. I haven't seen one of those magazines for ages. But yeah, the BASIC, I was pretty good at BASIC in the day. I could use all my 4 next loops and go to loops.
And your pokes and all that.
Yeah, and peaks. Wasn't there a peak? Was there a peak and a poke? I'm not sure if there was a peak. Well, yeah, there was a poke for sure.
There's certainly a poke.
Yes, it certainly was a poke. But yeah, look, and a bit of those are the days, weren't they? I remember, then the binary. Oh yeah, isn't that good? I tried to learn binary. I had a book on binary, but geez, it was boring. Oh, it was so boring. It was crazy. It was just to write one word, you had like it was just no way. You couldn't do it. You needed too much. All right, yeah, but I think we've all dabbled in that. So that was basic, but then I think Apple had Apple Basic, didn't they? That might have been a bit of a. Let me have a look. I'm going to Google this. I'm going to see if there was an Apple.
Yeah, we had Apple Basic.
I think there was a few.
Microsoft had a Basic, which is apparently the guys that invented it really wanted one language for all platforms, and then I believe Mr. Gates and his friends sort of set one up for the Microsoft side of things, and then Apple set one up for the Apple side of things, and it got away from the trueness of Basic, which they wanted to be one language for everything. So you didn't have to just learn those little idiosyncrasies from one device to another.
Yeah. So here we go. There is a peak. I knew there was a peak. So it says the invocable module allows Apple Basic programmers to use peek and poke commands, which this basic command, this information gets to a program, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But there is a peek and a poke. So there you go. We're good. All right. What are we going to move on to now? Let's have a look at, who's this? Michael, what are we moving on to?
What are we moving on to?
Look, your own DIY.
iPhone 6. So we've all heard about the iPhone 6 coming, and there's been a few rumors and a few different mock-ups of different cases and colors and the like lately, because we're just waiting. There's nothing else happening in the Apple world. So, but now you can buy, if you're lucky enough, a do-it-yourself iPhone 6 mock-up, so you can make your videos and saying that you came up with the idea first, and it's some Chinese site, Teo Bayo, and there's something about you can go on there and buy the iPhone 6 mock-up, so you can make your own dummy devices.
Oh dear. Well, I suppose they're probably going to make.
That's how bad you can paint it purple or whatever color you like, and
it appears
fall off the edges a bit.
What more could you want?
It makes you wonder how much that these things are selling for, because it appears as the site, there's an update to the site here from the 9to5mac.com. The update is it appears that the dummy models are sold out. So it's just insane. It's insane. So this is how much it is here. Is it 379? That must be. Is that a yen? What's that little?
No, China, the yuan or whatever they call it.
The yuan, is
Chinese. It? Yeah.
I
don't know what that works out in Aussie dollars. It's just.
Well, let's have a look. Let me go to me little banking.
Some people need help, don't they?
Oh,
that's all I can think.
They sure do. Now I don't know. I've only got little windows open. I can't find.
Try Siri. I'll just try Siri. Hang on.
Oh, Siri should know.
Here we go.
376 yuan in American dollars.
I'm not sure I understand.
We'll try again.
Siri.
376 yuan in American dollars.
Let me think about that.
Oh,
okay, I found this on the web.
That.
Hang on.
$64.91 Australian.
What is 379 won? Was it 60?
Okay.
$64.
The answer is 379.
Oh, Siri, you are hopeless. Siri, you are hopeless.
If you insist.
Yes, I do. Okay. Okay. How much, Jace?
376 yuan is $64.91 Australian.
$64 just for that. Oh my goodness! And they sold out. That's insane. That's insane. But anyway, that's what happens, I suppose. So I guess after that comment, Michael, you're not getting one.
No,
you didn't go.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Now, a quick question before we go. Can an iPhone remember passwords and logins for web pages? Because every time I go to a web page that needs a login, I have to the little autofill does come up. I've got to hit it, and yes, it does autofill, and I can go log in. I don't have to type it in. But if I've just been to the web page, why do I have to type it in again? I just want to be logged straight in. Is there an answer? Doyen Michael, is there an answer?
Bo. Well, I think it depends on the website. So the answer is yes and no. Depends on how the site's got its restrictions written, I believe.
Right.
And
be right.
Did you quit the app or just go to another app and then come back, or did you hit log out before you came back to it?
No,
some banks don't like it. If you hit log out, they won't let you back in. But if you're on just Apple's iCloud site, you can go away, look at another app, copy something, come back and paste it into the the iCloud or whatever.
So much just
it's to do with cookies and that as well. If you have a session that might hang around for a while, but yeah, you're right, Michael. It is something that the person programming the website, it's a attribute of the box that you can tell it that it can't be auto filled, so that people sometimes set that if they don't want password programs using it, which maybe is a little bit counterintuitive because probably back from the day, it's where browsers were saving passwords not so good, but where we've got a lot of smart people, and I'm sure listeners to this show using things like 1Password, and indeed what Apple have built, now into iOS and Mavericks with their storage, which is securely stored. You can have much longer and more random passwords, which of course are a lot better than people using the same passwords for all their sites and having to remember and type them in. So
I think
it's yes and no, as Michael says, depending upon the site, really.
I think you're probably right. I think I just did a little test here for this site I was going to, and it must have a bit of a time restriction because I seem to be able to go in and out if the app's still if the page is still in memory. But because I know from personal aggravation that if I go back into it after an hour, it's logged out. But yes, okay.
That's for your security, Glenn.
You're right, because
so
now
people don't take away your millions of dollars, Glenn.
Oh yes, well they let them.
You have a lot of other stuff happening as well, like if you're on a desktop as opposed to an iPhone, it'll look for a Windows unload event and may get rid of a cookie, which is tracking your session. Other sites don't worry about that so much and might, the cookie might be valid for an hour. So even if you shut down the browser and reopen it again, or like Chrome and that support now, where you can basically do a restore session. If you were logged in somewhere previously and the cookie is still valid because it's within its time limit, you'll still be authenticated to Dick Smith or eBay or whatever you were logged into.
Yeah.
Probably internet banking sites, not so much, and probably for good reason.
Yeah, and come to think of it, with the calendar, you can go in and out of that. So obviously, it's obviously that depends on the site. So that's we've got to the right answer. I should have thought of that before.
Your mileage may vary.
Yes, that's right. All right. Well, I think we've made it to the end of another week's show. So I hope you guys got something out of that and learned something. And I certainly did. That auto add to iTunes. That's awesome. I'm going to be trying that, all right? Because ebooks, they're the ones that because you might download them from because I don't. To be honest, I don't like downloading stuff from the Apple Store because that's all DRM'd, like books and TV shows and stuff. So I'd like to get them somewhere else and then put them in. But but that ebook thing that's going to be handy. All right, lovely. All right, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Jace. We'll see. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, thank you.
No worries. We'll see you.
See everyone next week. Yes.
Thanks, Michael. You've got a couple of reviews underway. We're going to hear from them pretty soon when they've come to fruition. And
yes,
that's
yeah,
good.
and I think we'll be happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. And also, what's the what's the email address, Michael? If anyone's got anything they want to send you or highlight to you, what is the email address?
Marketing at aussiemaxzone.com.au.
Well, that's it. And I'm sure everyone knows how to spell marketing. So we don't need to spell that, I don't think. But marketing at aussiemaxzone.com.au, that's right. And Michael will get it. He'll review it. And I don't know, you're even going to do a couple of photos or videos of things. Is this right?
Yeah, do a little video. Yeah, just to show the
sweet.
advantage for some things. Yeah.
Sweet. So
Why not?
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
that hard.
No, that's right.
These days.
Exactly. Like I saw a lady today, and she goes, "Oh, I'm not sure if I want to get rid of my my laptop." And I said, "Oh, what do you use it for?" Because she got iPads and stuff. And she goes, "Well, really, I don't really use it for anything. It's just I've just got to if I've got to scan something for the bank or something, I need my laptop, and the scanner." And I said, "Well, why don't you just take a photo of it and send it that way?" She goes, "Oh yeah, I could." So that household is now down a laptop, and if you're fast, go around to a garbage bin. The laptop's probably in there right now. All right. So that's it. Thanks for joining us for another week, and all being good, we'll be here next week. So until then, bye bye from all of us. Ta-da.